Let's be real. At some point, you pulled away from someone, not to teach a lesson, not to punish them, but because staying close started to hurt. And what happened next? Suddenly they cared. Suddenly, the person who couldn't reply for days is calling twice in one night. They noticed. They felt it. But why is that? Why do people only seem to show up when you're already halfway out the door? Here's the truth no one talks about. People often don't realize they were comfortable, not because they valued you, but because they assumed you'd always be there. Let me paint you a picture. You've been in that conversation, the one where you say, I just don't feel like I matter to you. And they say, what are you talking about? Or you go quiet for a few days, not out of spite, but because you're exhausted. And that's when they finally reach out. Not when you needed them, not when you were giving, but when you stopped. And suddenly they're wondering where you went. Because even if they weren't showing it, they were used to your energy. They were feeding off of it. Your effort, your check-ins, your presence. And when it disappears, there's a vacuum. Not just of you, but of what you made them feel about themselves. That's what people chase. Not you exactly. But the way they felt around you. The emotional safety. The attention. The validation. The steady hand holding their chaos. So when you pull away, especially if you've been the emotionally available one, what they feel isn't love. It's withdrawal. Because in most relationships, we don't just get used to people. We build expectations. And when those expectations go unmet, even silently, our brain panics. It's not about right or wrong. It's about what feels missing. And for many people, you only feel missing when you stop filling a need they never acknowledged in the first place. If this feels all too real, consider subscribing or sharing it with someone who needs to hear it. Let's build awareness and empowerment together. Now, let me say something that might sting a little bit. The person who suddenly starts chasing you may not be chasing connection. They may be chasing control. Because your silence breaks a pattern. It removes their ability to define you. It interrupts the emotional rhythm they were counting on, even if they never showed it. And when that pattern breaks, people often come back, not because they see your worth, but because they lost their grip on the story they were telling themselves. So what do? You don't chase back. You don't jump into explaining. You don't treat their sudden attention like it's proof of love. Because it's not always love. Sometimes it's fear. Fear of what they'll feel without you there to carry the emotional load. Fear of facing the parts of themselves they were hiding behind your presence. Pulling away, when done from a place of peace, not ego, is a mirror. And not everyone is ready to see their reflection in it. Some people will get angry. They'll call you cold. They'll tell stories about how you abandoned them. But that's not truth. That's discomfort. And the hardest part to accept? If someone only moves toward you when you move away, they were never really beside you to begin with. So the next time you pull back and they start chasing, pause. Ask yourself, are they chasing because they finally saw my worth? Or because they just lost access to what I gave them without boundaries? Because not everyone misses you. Some people just miss what you did for them and how you made them feel. And knowing the difference, that's what sets you free.